That's right. But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Time for Victor Allen's New Sports. Victor Allen's own unique insight into the world of sports. Hot, sexy, something different. That's right. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time for the tall, dark, handsome one. Here's Vic.
All right, I'm going right to it.
Here's Vic.
Okay, what's up? Hey, check it out, man. The first thing I saw this morning on New Sports was this quote from Eli Manning, and it just stopped me in my tracks. And I couldn't help it to hear him say, "I'm in Tom Brady's class." And I thought it was a joke. I really did. I sat there and said, "Oh, well, they're picking on you." But then I go and read an interview, and it basically says that he self-proclaimed himself in that class. So we're going to hit that subject, and we're going to talk about Miami University, who may or may not get the death penalty for these, let's say, alleged violations by somebody who's in jail claiming that they basically supplied a lot of their athletes with a whole wealth of support.
Oh, wow.
I know. So I'm going to pick the Eli Manning to go first, because I think this is going to be one where it's not that Eli Manning is not a good quarterback. It's the part where did he go to a place that's reserved for others to do and not himself. So here's the question. Should Eli Manning self-proclaim his quarterback status in comparison to another great quarterback, whomever that may be? And by the end of this, we're going to determine if he is in that class, what class is he in? So before we get to the second question, Mario, how do you feel about him setting himself up to be in the class of Tom Brady?
Well, I think anytime you do that, you make yourself subject to criticism. I don't think that he is, but I think that, well, here's the part where it might be a little different than what people expect. I actually think certain athletes that you're supposed to feel like that, you know.
Should you talk about it, though? Should you?
Well, no, I don't think. Well, I don't know. See, the whole talking about it, you know, he didn't criticize Brady. He's basically saying, you know, if someone said, "I think my team is a better team than their team," okay, or if it's just when you, that's somewhat different, but it's kind of similar. What you're declaring is where you think. It's just that when you do that with any figure that people hold in high esteem, you know, when you take a figure, you say, "I'm as good as so and so." You open yourself up to all the comments that even go back. You're no John Kennedy. I mean, you know, they do that. You open yourself up for that kind of stuff, and I think that's what he's done. I think that most people don't think he's in Tom Brady's class. Not at all. You know, I think what makes it so bad is I think people are going to say, "But your brother is."
And that's the part.
They're going to say your brother is, but you're not. But on the other hand, is it okay for him to say it? Yeah, I think it's okay for him to say it. If you're willing to take that heat,
Right.
that's like saying I'm a better ball player than Kobe. Okay. You know, you got to play Kobe every year. Okay, well you can say that,
right.
But you sure better walk that. If you're going to talk that talk, you better walk that walk.
You should have already done the walk.
Well, I think so too. Because you and I know we don't agree with the statement that he is in the same class.
Right.
I just am not going to go crazy on him for saying it.
No,
I'm just going to laugh. I'm just going to chuckle to myself.
I'm not hating on him.
Right.
The part I like to do is sit here and say, let me just say what he said, and I'm
Yeah.
going to put the frills and dressings on. He says, "I consider myself in that class, and Tom Brady is a great quarterback. He's a great player." So really what you're saying, doctrine, is that I'm great already.
Well, he's saying that he has one Super Bowl. One Super Bowl.
Right.
But I mean, you know.
And look, this is the part where I'm saying, okay, let's just forget that.
How about his dates?
I'll say this. I'll use this as a comparison. Will Chamberlain bragged about having 10,000 women he slept with. How did you feel about that proclamation? Did you believe it? Did it make you...
I thought it was disgusting. Because I said, 5,000 should have been enough.
See,
why 10?
Wait a minute. You said I had slept with 10,000 women.
That's just 5,000 too many, Vic. You yourself stopped at 2,000.
I stopped at 2,000. Got activated, but that's... Okay, I was dreaming of
But wait, didn't Tom Brady, didn't he just date? I think he's married now, I think. But I'm not sure. But he's dated a bunch of, didn't he date a bunch of the fine ones?
Well, yeah, I mean, then he gets that.
Well, let's talk about this is greatness. Now, I haven't seen Eli, Where's Eli's woman?
Well, no. See, I
I'm just saying, I'm going to judge you. Let's see you, Eli.
No.
I want to see your woman. Now, I know you got Joe Namath up here.
No,
Joe was laying much pipe throughout New York.
I'm saying this. Here's my part. How many Super Bowls?
Joe only got one, just one. But he laid mucho pipe in New York.
We're not talking about pipe dreams. We're not talking about pipe dreams. Leave that alone, man. Let me just get to the question at hand. You trying to make this is new.
I'm just saying, y'all should give Eli a break because he talked that crap.
No. Hell no. I'm not giving him a break.
I know. Y'all gonna roast his ass, aren't you? I know. He's gonna get roasted. Yeah, I know. They gonna kick his ass. Oh, no. Right. No.
All right, so here's my question. I put Joe Namath in there because I said, okay,
he's a legend.
If the bar is one Super Bowl, I give you that.
Right.
Now, if you had to look at these quarterbacks, 1, 2, and 3, they're supposed to be all equal. Because Joe Namath has the legend. Okay, Tom Brady is like in Montana or Aboveville. And you got Eli.
And I don't think they're all equal.
Well, rate them.
Okay, you have to see now. Okay, I have to rate them differently because the game has changed. Remember now, and I have to put this in context.
Violins are playing.
Joe Namath was my childhood football hero. Okay, I have to say that. You have to understand. I watched that man take a snap and drag one leg. Okay, drag 30 yards. Okay, I stood at attention. Okay, Joe Namath of heroism. But he does not have the record. Even now that I'm older, I get to step back a little bit now. But even Joe doesn't have anywhere near the record or accomplishments that Tom Brady has. As much as I love Joe Namath and what he symbolized for me. Okay.
It's how important the time and what he did for.
See, that's what makes it special. Right. And that way he's bigger than Tom Brady. Right. See, as a figure, a sports figure, at a moment, he was way bigger and impactful than Brady ever has been.
Really your first big media football
and exactly. Totally.
I'm not knocking that.
And Eli is neither one of those.
Now, wait a minute.
He ain't, no offense. The problem with Eli, even to this day, and I was so glad that he won the Super Bowl so that, because he was really suspect his early years. He was so inconsistent. But, he all he can say is he got that Super Bowl, but he's going to be forever known as Peyton's younger, less achieving brother. That's what he's going to be known as.
If you actually want to do a comparison, it would have been better to have a comparison between you and your brother. See, because to me, I'm going, so what you're saying now is...
He wasn't going to go there, because that's a family fight.
Wait.
Come on now, they too...
Do you and your brother have moments where you're competitive?
Not anymore.
But you did.
Sure, and that's the reason why he shouldn't... In other words, that's why he can't bring that up, because they've had competitive stuff growing up. And they, as brothers, they fought all that over that.
They both have Super Bowl rings, right?
Yep.
But when it comes to the stats, the longevity, and the winning, and the portfolio,
see,
it's not even close, is it?
Vic is trying to fuck up Christmas at the Manning household. See, he know when the brothers get there. See, you know how it is on Thanksgiving. Y'all know Thanksgiving. You eat your turkey right around after you get through that first round before dessert. Here come the conversation where it gets irritating. So Vic is going to try to jack up the Manning family. When they get together the next holiday, he's trying to start shit. So Eli says, I saw you. I'm in your class, Peyton. The hell you are. See, Peyton. His own brother would probably say, right. His brother probably said, the hell you are in my class.
Right. Now you notice America and everybody else. He didn't rank them yet. I have a two-parter to this, so he's avoiding this because he doesn't want to feel like he's sliding him. I'm gonna try it again. Rank them 1, 2, and 3. You got to name it.
1, Brady. 2, Namath. 5, 10, Eli.
Okay.
Well, there's no 3. Here's no 3.
Now watch this. I'm going to take it even further. There are more quarterbacks that can be on this list of consideration. So I expanded it and said, let's include some other names. Johnny Unitas, Brett Favre, Joe Montana, Steve Young. Is this a class, this group I have right here, are they part of all the same class? Or should one of these players that's in this group be eliminated? Are they in the who's in the Tom Brady class right now in this group?
All of them.
Steve, because he has what, multiple?
Well, no, it has to do with how you it's how you look at him. You know, Steve Young to me is such an example of someone who stood in there, worked for years, elevated his game, and then really did become a superstar.
Yes.
Really did become. And at the time, I don't know. I was there. I was not a believer. Right. Steve Young is somebody who proved himself over and over and over. Right. No, and that's why he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. Everybody you put up there is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Every single one of them. Joe Montana, come on now. We could talk about all the different. That's all these, but they definitely Hall of Famers. Is Eli a Hall of Famer?
When you get self-proclaimed greatness, you take in all the added.
You know what? You know what? He will be in the Hall of Fame, though. He will be, but again, on a lesser level than his brother. His brother being there is going to influence too.
His career's not over yet.
I know, but even though I think he's got even a lock even now, Vic, because of the Super Bowl wins and because of the family tradition. I think that the Manning family tradition is something that flavors everybody on the Hall of Fame, and I think everybody wants to be able to say Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, and I think everybody wants to say that. He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Look, I like Eli Manning because he did knock down the naysayers when he came out. He did. When he came from Mississippi, I don't know if it's Mississippi State or not. I stand corrected. My apologies. But when he came out, he accomplished getting a feat of a
it took him a while.
And I like that. I love that. But when you put yourself in this class, when you say Tom Brady, the first thing I start thinking about is the other quarterbacks. And are you in the room with them? That's all.
No. And I think no, but I have to qualify it this. And this is the truth because you kind of pushed me there. He is going to be in the Hall of Fame. So to me, that means you get to have the discussion.
Yes.
I don't agree with the discussion. But having said that, now, and saying to yourself he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, do we go back and give him a little break for saying it?
Yes.
I think we kind of do. It's okay for him he's supposed to at least dream about seeing himself with the group.
No. You know what? To me, look, no one's hating on his accomplishments. The hard part is when you
Well, there you go. Well, that's why you're supposed to do like the politician. You get somebody else to proclaim. Vic and I got a deal. Vic, you the most excellent. He's the most excellent sports commentator. Victor Allen. You can't get sports like this.
Let me do it this way. You're at a party. People, whatever the case may be. You walk in the room. You think you're hot, male or female, and then you go up to people and you say, I think I'm hot. Okay, cool. Is it better for you to do it or for your boy, and if it's your girl, come up and say, let me go tell the people how hot you are? Where does the mileage go to?
That's why you worked that out ahead of time. That's why I tell you. Everybody, Victor Allen is the greatest. Ladies, you better get some.
Wait a minute.
Better get some before it's all gone.
Yeah, between 6 and 6:15 p.m. a.m. instead of p.m. You catch me there. All right, I got to go on to the next one. We can spend all day on this one. This is an interesting subject because I don't know if the credibility of this relates to a booster who's already serving time, and his name is Nevin Shapiro. He's serving 20 years for a Ponzi scheme that was in excess of $930 million. Okay, now here's the question. We already know the argument, Mario, is going to be about should college students get a stipend, should they get money? All that is clear. We know how we stand behind that. Yes, they should. We know about the NCAA. We hate that they're rip-off artists.
Yeah.
I already covered that.
Yeah, get the NC. Where's my sound effects? Those are my routine sound effects.
Excel before he, does his thing. So we stand behind that they need to have money and funding because they're getting ripped off. Now, here's the question at hand. With the rules at hand right now, this stands to be one of the biggest stories because of the amount of activity. And I'll just read off some stuff here just so you know. Nevin Shapiro, of course, is saying he gave money, cars, yacht trips, jewelry, television, and other gifts to a list of players including Vince Wilfork, Joe Beeson, Antrell Roll, Devin Hester, Willis McGahee, and the late Sean Taylor. Shapiro also claimed he paid for nightclub outings, sex parties, restaurant meals, and in one case, an abortion for a woman impregnated by a player. One former Miami player, running back Tyrone Moss, told Yahoo Sports he accepted $1,000 from Shapiro around the time he was entering college. And this all happened between 2002 and 2010. It's back to the question I initially had. Can a university go 8 years with its people being surrounded by all this activity and not know what's going on. That's what I'm saying.
University of Miami.
That's all I'm saying.
Come on, you guys.
Come on, I'm just
What?
saying.
Okay. Is there a college that has more of a reputation for criminals? Is there? I mean, they got to just acknowledge it. If you had to say what college, just name one college associated with criminals on their teams. If you can't name everybody who makes any attempt has University of Miami somewhere in the first 2 or 3, it ain't my world. That's your reputation.
Yes.
Y'all have thugs and criminals all on your team.
Yeah.
And, no offense, the city don't have a whole lot of good reputation either.
Now remember, there's a part that goes, we're talking about one booster. So let me ask you this, Mario. We'll say this, okay? I'll just ask this question. The guy's serving time. What's the advantage? He's got 20 years. He's already serving for a $930 million Ponzi scheme, and he's just one booster. Universities have multiple boosters. Do you believe there's some strong credibility to his claim? Difference been proving it versus do you believe him? Or are you leaning towards believing him? See, it's a hard.
You know what? It's incredibly stupid to be in jail for 20 years, which means you could get extra more time, and then admit to other things that are potentially a crime. Why not, while you're in jail serving 20 years, get another 10 or 15 years tacked onto it for other illegal shit that you were doing? So first of all, you're an idiot.
No, listen,
You're an idiot.
There's something else going on.
But I can't think of any benefit, especially, no offense. Is he in jail in Florida?
Serving jail.
Okay, no offense, Florida.
I don't know if he's
Y'all
in
know
Florida.
Florida?
I don't know if he's in Florida.
In Texas, they just execute everybody.
You can't say that about.
That's I can't. They know. That's what they know. They can't wait. When you get to Texas, they have a sign on the airport. Don't mess with Texas. That ain't my world. That's what they say. Okay, that's what they say. Okay, now Florida, I'm just telling you, no offense. Florida is known for they have some of the more backward laws. We talked about that.
I agree.
Okay, so now you in Florida for one offense, and that's the statement. No, I think he has some credibility on the sense that why else he has nothing to lose. On the other hand, he's an idiot because he's just saying that means you're an idiot.
Let me just say this. Are some affiliates and associates of the university program complicit in being able to say what I see I won't tell? Because 8 years, Mario, when I'm saying you go 8 years, and they say we fooled them, and he's a booster.
Yeah.
So is there some complicit behavior?
Sure, probably.
That's all I want to say.
In other words, he's a booster. In other words, he probably did it, but I still can't say why he's talking about it, unless he's trying to get more Astroglide in jail.
All right, I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm just trying to understand, because,
Okay, well, let me just say this. You're about to see an image here, and I have to do a disclaimer. So basically, what stands to reason here is that if any of these infractions proven, and these are alleged, of course, so far, that there is the question of the death penalty, which the death penalty by the NCAA is to ban a school from competing in a sport for at least 1 year. At least 1 year. And only 5 schools have suffered the death penalty. I have to make this as...
Anybody got more than 1 year?
I didn't do enough research on that. I'm so busy thinking about SMU and how they got the death penalty. And they became more the media sensation at the time. But I have to do this disclaimer here. This is not...
It ain't even a death penalty.
Wait, this is not Sports Illustrated graphic. This is not. Please do not take this story. The question is, was Miami having the history that they have? They got a long history, Mark.
Like I said, what if the criminals graduate? All the criminals on your team, while they're there as criminals, young budding criminals, do they ever graduate?
Hey, Mario, before you question me, there's some graduates from Miami University.
They're not in jail?
There's some that are.
Okay.
We have to,
They just have.
They
may not be criminals, but they criminal-like.
There's some bench players who probably don't get the same benefits, so you can't indict everybody.
I know if I was going there to play ball, I expect to run into some criminals.
You know what? You got to be a little bit more optimistic.
No.
Okay. All right.
I've been to Miami.
I tried to save you guys. Here's my question. Let me ask you this. You know that if they get a 1 year no play ban? Because how bad is that to Miami?
Nothing.
It's nothing.
You know what, Vic? They're all talking about how USC is thriving under their ban. Just thriving, everything. Just zoom.
You know what?
Just zoom.
They're a pipeline for how you get into the pros. They said you can squash our competitive conference play in BCS Bowl stuff. That's the benefit of the conference. Money.
Yeah.
But we know how to get players into
there you go.
NFL. So Miami is known for that.
And they go get criminals anyway. They don't read the news. They don't read it. They don't watch news. They don't know what's going on. So when you sign them criminals, you just got to come and bring us some chicken.
Okay, let me just ask you a question here, because since you're going to where I'm saying that if they're so bad with these infractions, alleged infractions that could be proved or yet to be proved, if it comes to fruition that it is true, the ban, the death penalty ban.
Why it ain't no death.
It is.
It ain't no death. It's like the it's like timeout ban. Timeout.
Different terms. So you don't
death. They want to make it sound all punishment like death.
Say, how many years should they be banned from playing this sport of football? Miami, if guilty, found guilty.
Oh, it depends how many infractions they're found guilty of.
All of this that's playing.
That every single one, all 72? Yeah. Oh yeah, like 5 years.
This is the part where I'm saying.
But you know what? Then they're going to find out there's a bunch of other colleges have a long history.
Well, they know that.
So that's why they probably can't punish me. See, the other variables, they go, well, they're all guilty, Bob.
Right.
Well, I won't say nothing if you don't say nothing.
And Don, I think Don T. Magnin, she basically said that's, don't holler on the school.
That's at school?
I'll pray for you.
Don made it out. Don made it out. Now, Don, tell the truth. You know there was some criminals on campus and you was looking out for one. You tell the truth, Don. You're like, yeah, Mario, shit, I knew how to stay away. Because I've been to Miami. I have friends down there. I went to Liberty City. I was like, damn. And we got Watts. When you start comparing your ghettos, like that's one thing black people do. We compare our ghettos. We have, depending on where you're from, we go like, well, we got Watts and Compton. Huh? Oh, shit, we got Bed-Stuy. We got Liberty City.
You know what? You're making this story into a ghetto story.
It is a ghetto story.
It's a power, money, and opportunity story, and it just so happens it has certain diversified folks involved in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Don, if you came from University of Miami, it's okay. My good buddy is a proud supporter. Charles Augustus is a proud. He had one of the Miami vans with the Miami colors wherever he drives. Man, he got all that. So
let's go into my closing segment. It's called "Do You Believe?"
No, I don't believe.
We're going to wrap this into a different type of story. If you notice here, that is the Oregon quarterback, Darren Thomas.
I thought it was Cam Newton. They all wear them. See, when they wear them head things, they all look the same.
Let me just get to it before you kill him. You're going to try to kill him before the story's done. See, I already know where he's going with this. All right. Bottom line, he was a passenger in the car with Cliff Harris and pulled over for driving 118 miles an hour. That already is a bad sign. I'm sorry. That's okay. That's not the gist of the story.
Are you sure 118, Vic?
118.
I can't imagine 118. Even on the way to Vegas, what's the fastest you've ever driven in a car?
It all depends if you had a Ford Focus.
Well, what would you? Well, we know we didn't have no Ferraris. But what's the fastest any of y'all have ever driven in a car? Vic, how about you?
The most I topped out is around 120.
You a lie.
Dude,
you did 120.
I did 120 on the Marina Freeway.
Bull, you did 100.
Yes, I did, dude. I'm guilty. Hey, look, you guys. I had to test the car to see what it could do.
I did 103 before on a wide open freeway.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the way to Vegas.
But let me say this.
It was wide. I mean, straight and flat.
I am not pleased.
I'm not either.
I sat there and I said,
we're criminals.
If I can get away with it one time, please don't do it.
That's why I wouldn't let anybody drive my car.
Dude, I sat there and said, this is the moment people feel like they can do this all the time. And it is.
I can't even drive 65 now. 65 scared the shit out of me. I'm slow lane like a mother.
Okay. I did it one time if I can get away.
But so 118, and then he's out of school.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
They don't tolerate shit.
Wait, hold on. Let me get the story because there's another angle to this story. This is a little bit different because it's
it's do you believe?
I'm just trying to say.
You could be lying.
He's 118 miles an hour as a passenger. And now, he's an athlete, so this is going to be a doctrine on the university. Well, the police officer says he walked up And his name, the police officer, Ray Stallworth, asked if there is marijuana in the car. Well, the question is, there's going to be a number of answers you'll have to look and see, because you never know what the answer is going to be. So, what do you believe the response was? And I have 4 choices.
So obviously it really occurred. You say this really occurred?
It actually happened.
See, all this is a setup and shit.
No, it's not a setup. Just let me see. Let's say it's not a setup. I can tell you this for a fact. And there's an answer here you gotta pick. I'm sorry, dude. Don't be feeling bad.
So I'm trying to get me to pick some crazy ass answer.
Well, let me just say this. So the officer says, "Is there any marijuana in the car?" Okay.
Now, why did he bring that up?
Because
he smelled marijuana or something?
Driving 118 miles an hour, something.
I was saying, are there any donuts in the car?
All right,
you got donuts?
All right, so let me get this.
You got milk?
You got 4 choices here. What do you think the response was? So, a voice came out of the car. This is the good part. You can't identify who may have said this, but the officer reported, "This is what I heard." Which
you want to read the choices?
Which quote do you think? "No, we tossed it out." That's his response, first response. Or, "We smoked it already." Or, "Yes, but bet you can't find it." Or, "What marijuana?" What do you think the response was when that police officer said,
"We smoked it already, but there's more in the trunk with the guns." It's more in the trunk with the guns. And the fire and all the weapons of mass destruction.
So,
see, this is an indictment on athletes once again.
Hey, I'm saying
that's the end of his Oregon career.
A wonderful voice came out of the car.
He said, "No, they said we smoked it already." Is that true?
That's true.
You know how I can pick. I know how to identify dummies. I have some friends fall in this category.
Dude. Here's the problem, Mario.
Dude, his career's over. They don't even play. They cut LeGarrette Blount. I mean, they're known for players that are super good that they discipline.
Yes.
They don't care at Oregon. They cut you. They go, "No, you bench time. Coach don't play. Right. Coach does not play. That's his ass. Right. He'll be maybe they can get him over at SC."
So, Mark,
it's over.
But you shook your head when you saw the choices here. There's no good response.
No.
That's the part that got me. And I was going, when I read this piece, and I sat there and I thought about it, I said, "We smoked it already." And here's the thing. It's not clear if the driver, Cliff Harris, said it. The police officer said someone shouted out. So here's the part. You're hoping that it's not the Oregon player, Darren Thomas, who yelled out.
Well, yeah, you're hoping that, even though legally, that, as far as I know, and it's different from state to state, as far as I know, they probably only have legally the right to test the driver.
Yeah. I mean, see, the part is that...
Who was driving?
Cliff. And Darren was a passenger. So if you're in a car and somebody yells, "We smoked it already," he didn't say, "I smoked it."
See, what if it wasn't the driver? What if you happen to be out one night with one of your stupid ass friends? You know, you got them friends that when the police stop you, they want to say some shit to the police.
Right.
Those are the kind of friends you just need to just reach across and slap the shit out of them.
Mario, let me say this.
Shut up.
I know this possibly can happen because a friend of ours named Eric, went to an event to cover for BET. And somebody I was dating wasn't happy with me. So he says, "Hey, man, let me ride back with you because a friend came to this tape." I said, "Yeah, you could go and ride." My associate, my friend, he said, "It's a little bit mad." I didn't know she was really mad at me. He says, "Yeah, I'll take you home." Now, you know our La Cienega.
Right.
You're going up here. Dude, she floored it. And you should have seen us in the seats. We were sitting in the seats. I looked back at him, and his hands is back like this, and she's hitting the curb and going faster and faster. We pulled up, got out of the car. Silence. Nobody said anything. I didn't know whether to apologize or thank you for living. So I know situations where you're a passenger, you may be an innocent victim. I don't know if Darren Thomas is an innocent victim in this. I don't know if he's the one that said, "Oh, man."
But your picture, see, this is what Vic does this. See, does this picture indict the player? See, the picture look all suspicious, like the player. No, it looks like he's up to some games.
So my "Do You Believe" is over. I'm ready to go over to the hot picks, man. I just want to say, let's just hope this story is quashed immediately because I support athletes. Smart.
In other words, you were an athletic supporter.
That's it. I'm on out of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's New Sports by Vic. Written, produced, and directed by Victor Allen. His neo-urban insight into sports. Ladies and gentlemen, write Victor Allen, Victor@PaxStereo.tv. Tell him how you feel about New Sports. Tell him you love it. Peace.
On the Sports Illustrated graphic. There. I don't believe that.